they're a home run team, home run hitting team. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Is it impossible that they don't win the Super Bowl? That they win the Super Bowl? No, it's not impossible. They have home run hitters, but I think it's very unlikely. And I think going forward, it's going to get worse because you're not going to have Le'Veon Bell, who really makes you special with those triplets. And Roethlisberger will continue to decline, and Antonio Brown will continue to be a diva because that's what he is. Antonio, no knock against you. A lot of the greatest wide receivers ever, and you are one of them at the very highest, uppermost echelon of wide receivers. We're divas, and he appears to be one of them. So what did I say about Seattle with the defense? Remember? And Stephen A., you argued against me. No, don't blow it up. This defense got them to where they were. You trade them a year too early instead of a year too late. Just imagine this. The only reason I'd say you don't trade Roethlisberger is I don't think you're going to get value for him. If you could get value for him, I'd trade him too. He's old and getting worse. But Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, right now you could have a draft coming up this upcoming season where you have multiple picks in the first, maybe 3 picks at least in the second round, and not even have to give up any third-round picks. You could rebuild your whole team in 1 year if you blow it up now. Or you cannot make the playoffs this year. You cannot win the Super Bowl next year. You can wait until none of these players have value. You're going to lose Le'Veon Bell for nothing, just for the cash. And you can just decide that that'll be your fate. Look at Belichick. The Patriots are always great because Belichick is unsentimental. You can't be sentimental about this stuff.
It's not just that they're unsentimental. It's the fact that they've got an elite quarterback. Let's not forget that, number one. Number two, I'm not averse to trading Le'Veon Bell in light of the dysfunctionality that we're witnessing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the fact, I think something as seemingly small and innocuous as him partying in South Beach and what have you, after a loss, I think he's rubbing it in the face of the organization for not signing him and franchise tagging him. The flip side to it is that because of what the players were saying about him beforehand, it's as if he's taking a shot of his teammates too. And I don't know how easy it is to recover from that. So if you can get a first round or a few second round picks for him or whatever the case may be, I say go for it. But in terms of blowing up the team, no, I'm not of that mindset. If you have Big Ben, who's better than average and a future Hall of Famer, and Antonio Brown, who I consider to be the elite receiver in the game of football today, Juju Smith-Schuster is a baller and a stud. I love what I'm seeing from Jesse James at the tight end spot, okay? He's no Heath, his predecessor, but the bottom line is he can really ball. The offensive line, when they're not running their mouth and having us paying attention to that, and they're just going out there and playing, they're one of the elite units in the game of football. I'm not blowing that up. I'm going to keep that together because I have an opportunity for at least the next couple of years because Antonio Brown locked in until 2021. They have a
team-friendly deal, by the way.
They have an opportunity to be in the picture of Super Bowl contention for at least the next couple of years. I'm not blowing that up. I'm not blowing that up.
With Big Ben?
Excuse me. Well, Big Ben is better than average. He's just not what he used to be.
Let me phrase it like this. You know, like Antonio Brown should be untouchable. He's one of the greatest who ever did it in his prime on a team-friendly deal. He's only guaranteed $19 million over the course of the deal.
He ain't going nowhere.
I'm listening. I'm listening on Antonio Brown. I'm shopping Le'Veon Bell because he's going to be a free agent anyway. I'm listening on Roethlisberger if someone came in with a real deal with value. The only guy I would say I'm not listening on is actually the guy who's getting blamed right now, Mike Tomlin. I want to keep Mike Tomlin as my coach. I want a haul of draft picks, and I want to start over now while these guys have trade value,
I will say
not
this.
later when they don't.
This is the one point, and I'm not saying anything as Mike Tomlin revealed to y'all when he came on and was interviewed by us. You know, I've been on Mike Tomlin for years about that defense. I mean, he ain't the GM. I understand he's not the GM. He's not the GM. That's Colbert, and I get that. But remember when James Harrison was here, I asked him, how much say does Mike Tomlin have in all of this? He did acknowledge that Mike Tomlin has some say. So I am of the mindset that defense is your signature. You're religiously associated with it. Your abilities as a defensive mind and a defensive coach is what got you the head coaching job. You cannot have this Steeler defense year after year after year be suspect, particularly when you have an offense that is that high-powered.
Remember what he said when he got the job? What? He sat at that press conference. He said, Steelers football. Run the ball, stop the run. That's not that kind of team.
Steelers at Bucks Monday Night Football. I know you're nervous. We got to keep it rolling.